Francis.
And Miss Turner. Can you turn this way just a little? Thank you. You're too pretty now looking off in the sunset.
Want to say something?
Hey, Francis, that big smile.
Want to say that big smile? And then one more right here.
Francis, straight ahead right here. Say it again. Francis, straight ahead. Right there. Last one. Straight on. Straight on. And Francis, one more time, straight on. Right there. Hold that smile. Eyes right here, bud. There you go.
That's not a shot.
This under the stool. Go down there and I gotta crawl on my hands. The sun keeps popping in and out. Right up top. It's a place where I can breathe when I don't feel good.
Yeah.
And all the salt.
Right? The ocean air.
Mm-hmm.
This just feels like stagnant air right now.
We're in a plastic bag.
Yeah, we're in a green room.
Yeah, pretty much. If that sun ever peeks through there, oh boy.
Right?
We're in deep doo-doo. all the water or moisture that's on all this is all going to evaporate.
It's going to get very steamy.
Yes. I don't want to be steamy.
Well, it's interesting. They always put up these tents, but then they never like pump it in the air.
I need to get, well, maybe we'll get a little breezer later. Maybe, I hope. But we do have a giant building in the way.
Yeah. We still got palm trees.
Yeah. I mean, it might work. No. No. Palm trees are only good for one thing, moving in the wind.
decision on two different criteria.
That's good.
Again, honoring the best of indie film. It's a different criteria for both works.
To be able to go, oh yeah, I'm going to miss it. This season, I'm going to say yeah. Oh my God.
That's boring. This is more fun this
You
year.
got to make sure that pick people that are going to manipulate that line very well. You can't just pick average people to do it. Because they're really not backstabbing. You got to have people that are really backstabbing.
Our neighbor was like, what about like traders in Australia or whatever? They're just like, you don't care about it.
Yeah. You got to know the characters that are up there. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. Like Lisa, you know Lisa, she was a housewife. She was drama constantly in her season. Now, you want that.
Oh, really?
No, it's like it.
Really? Yeah, that's fair. They're going to be calling about it. And it's like,
Yeah, you're young.
AI. Oh, that's what it's like. Somebody from the future comes back and
Have you watched Beauty yet?
our neighbors think about that too.
It is. He plays a very good kid in this movie. Yes, Ashton Kutcher. He plays a He's playing a very good Ashton. He really is. He is. I will say that it is worth watching. Oh yeah. You remember like Vane, right? Where Vanity or whatever that was with Demi Moore. What was her movie she did? Was it Other Substance? It's similar. Not quite, but similar. It is Vane. Same process of changing. The only difference is you're not using yourself. Okay? Same. Tilt it down. The sun's washing it out. Tilt it down. There you go. Thank you. That works, because then I can shoot over the top of her and we're good. Then you just give me a little pum-pum. It works, we're making it work. Oh, butterfly, look at that. On.
Brandon, the front of the seat, this way, sit right here. Brandon. Brandon, right here.
Come on, see.
Brandon, looking right down the middle.
And one
Right
more
there.
step down if you want. At least look this way.
There we go. Good.
Stay with me here, please. Stay with me there.
Yeah, I know. Brandon, give me a little. Here's
that you're a winner?
It's unbelievable. I can't believe it. It's one of those things where I don't have to worry about it, neither does my cast members and Chief of War. We just get to enjoy the moment, and I cannot believe we're here celebrating Hawaii's history, Hawaii's story with Chief of War on Apple TV. I'm honored to be here, without a doubt.
And I have to ask you, were you able to watch the Super Bowl this year?
I did watch
Did
the
you
Super
see
Bowl.
Bad Bunny kind of threw in the solidarity between Puerto Rico and Hawaii? What were your thoughts about that?
You know, you got me a little bit emotional just now, because I grew up, myself, my siblings, and we would wake up from parties sleeping on the couch, sleeping on the bench. What he did, it means a lot to have somebody like Bad Bunny on that stage display his culture, Hawaii's culture, the culture of indigenous brown people. That means the world to us. It really does. And we're finally getting our spotlight. Thank you to Film Independent Spirit Awards for giving us our honors. I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys are essentially doing the same thing, showcasing that history. Talk to me about that importance in order for us to kind of see change, to really take a step back and see the history of a lot of these indigenous peoples as well.
No, of course. Well, I think one of those things starts with convincing people that we can do this. And geographically, Hawaii is such a small area, and there's not a lot of stars that come out of Hawaii. Jason Momoa is, probably one of our top guys there. So is Keanu Reeves. But even individuals like that, they find themselves growing up in places outside of Hawaii, and so they feel a disconnection to their own homeland, their own home people. All to say, there are people from Hawaii, born and raised, who can do this thing. There are people who are born and raised in Puerto Rico that can do this thing in film and TV, in music. And so convincing studio heads, convincing producers that we can, that's where it starts, and we'll take care of the rest from there, Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Congratulations.
Leslie. I
So lovely to meet on the nomination for something. Where do you want me? Is that good? Perfect. I have to ask though, just given the content of this project, what was kind of done on set to really lighten the mood after each take and make sure that you guys are all taken care of?
I mean, I think it was really great that we had, it was 8 boys in the film, so it felt kind of like a summer camp, in the sense that, after a rough or a long scene or like a long day, it was nice to kind of go and hang out and, still be kids and be friends. And most of us were at the same hotel, and if, the hotels were very close, so like going to each other's, place and hanging out and kind of just having fun too, because like it's work, but it's also, I think it was really important to have fun, especially considering how heavy some of the subject was for that. So yeah, everyone was very supportive and yeah.
I'm always curious what the set is like, especially with the film that's a little heavier. And talk to me about working with Joel Edgerton and just what he was like as a co-star.
He was great. I mean, he was a producer on the film as well, and he kind of showed up for his all his coverage like in the middle for like a week or two, and I think all of the kids were like really struck by that. I mean, like it was all kids before, like we didn't have any adults. And it was a lot of our like first times on set or first kind of big roles, and so it was really cool to have someone who was an adult but also so experienced at acting and so good at it, and who we could kind of like look at and absorb, and yeah, I think it was really awesome. He was really great. I think I learned so much from even in the 2 weeks that he was on set for, and yeah, it was really great. And I think we were all so happy that we were able to work with him.
Oh, I love that. You really did get the full camp experience, from being with your friends to then also having someone like a counselor to learn from. That's amazing. Well, congrats on the nominations. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Usually we do it out there in the movie. And it's easier. They're doing a wine tasting.
One more right
based here with the Associated Press. You've just already seen the action happening here already at Film Independent Spirit Awards. We've already got 2 interviews in. Stay tuned to our live because we have some of your favorite stars, some of your favorite Oscar nominees from this year, and all of the best from this year's independent film.
Where's our list? Oh yeah, I gotta start using that. Where's our identifiers?
Where's the identifier?
Yeah, we need an identifier. Supriyah all the way down. Supriyah all the way down. One glance right there.
The name, please.
Supriyah, in front of the upper here. Supriyah, one more time. Supriyah, right here. Big spot.
Can you give her the first back, please?
Supriyah to your left. There we go. Supriyah, look to your left. There it is. One more glance. Oh, you're the winner.
Celebrating, right, in the nomination, but I mean, congratulations. Talk to me about just what it means to you to continuously see award shows like this, knowing that we are kind of, or it feels like we're losing independent cinema. It feels like we're losing people going to theaters and watching films and watching projects. What does it mean to then be here celebrating in the midst of all of it?
I mean, knowing all of that, like, it's been a real shock for us that we've shown in so many theaters, and that people are like kind of coming out a little bit more than we thought. It's like we have lost a lot, but it feels like it's kind of coming back again a little bit. Like we've had a pretty good run of, especially for our projects, very independent. It's like animation, feature, documentary. It's been surprising that we've been getting people out to like theaters and stuff like that. So it's been pretty nice.
I mean, they're still showing up, right? How about yourself?
Well, I'm kind of out of my element. I didn't think any of this would happen. It never occurred to me. So I just told the stories.
You're in the midst of it all, right? Enjoying
Where
it?
Pete lives, there's only like 800 people. There's no movie theater. There's only one store. There's no restaurants or anything. So for him, this is like the most opposite of his town. Like it's the most overwhelming.
You can't drive there.
I mean, you get to celebrate though, right?
There's no roads or anything. It's like.
That's very beautiful. But thank you all so much. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
And I love them. I actually just wore a look of theirs last week at New York Fashion Week. So yeah, I love the love, and I wanted to wear them on a carpet where I could, get photographed in this beautiful, beautiful creation.
But I mean, you're absolutely killing it. Talk to me about what it's been like, just standing in that character for season 2 and watching the journey that she's been on already.
I mean, it's been incredible, and I feel like my life has changed so much in ways I can't even process yet. I mean, even just this carpet, like people yelling and screaming my name, and even a year ago that wasn't the case. I've never experienced anything like this. So yeah, it's incredible, and I'm still trying to process and look back and see how far I've gone. So yeah, it's really great.
You've also been very outspoken, too, about just the way that press has handled the show, highlighting only certain characters and not characters of color. Have you seen kind of a shift happening since you've been outspoken?
In some ways, yes. In other ways, no. But, I mean, the reason why I said what I said was mainly because it's just a thing of respect. Like, I don't think me, Shabana Seppi, or any of the other women of color on the show do this for, you know, awards or recognition like that. Like, I don't think that's what's important to us. I think it's more, you know, we just don't want to be mixed up with each other. As amazing as we think each other are, it's just, why does that keep happening to the brown woman? Why does that keep happening to the people of color? So that's really why I said something. I'm just so happy to be here, and I'm grateful that I have such a great community of women of color on the show too.
I think it's important, right? Like you were saying, to set that standard and to say, no, we're not going to let this become a norm or continue to be a norm.
I mean, I think sometimes as brown women, you're kind of told to nod and smile and be happy and grateful that you're somewhere. And I am. Don't get me wrong. I'm so grateful to have the opportunities that I have, and that even that press has accepted me the way that they have. I mean, you know, I feel so grateful, of course, but. You know, I think unless someone speaks up about the issues we're facing, who is going to? And it's just a matter of education and a matter of sticking up for yourself and for your community. So yeah, that's part of why I did it.
I love it. I think it's beautiful. But thank you so much. Thank you. We'll see you at the next carpet. Over here, but I have to ask, what did you guys do to kind of lighten the mood on set, given just the heavy subject matter? He told me that it felt like summer camp for you guys.
Oh yeah, no, it actually wasn't what people would think at all. It wasn't high tension at all. Off screen, we were laughing the whole time, honestly. Yeah, it wasn't like method acting at all. Nothing. Yeah.
And for you, what was one scene that was very challenging where you look back at it now, having seen the film, and you're like, oh wow, I'm proud of myself for pulling that off?
Ooh, I think I can tell which scenes we filmed later on in the summer and which scenes were beginning in the summer. I can tell, like, the ones that were later on is a lot better because I was practicing so much more. I really like the scene when he comes up to me. He's like, I don't have the plague. Like, you told everyone I had the plague. I'm like, no, I didn't. You know, I really like that one. We practiced that one a lot. Yeah.
You like give myself a pat on the back for that.
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you
Congrats
so much.
on the nomination.
He's rushing in our way. He's got video going. those spots and then they'll scoot them.
Well, it's like all of a sudden they just like start zooming by. It's like, wait.
Yeah. Oh no, I got you. We'll call it. You want everybody?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's hard to know without the identifier.
There's the identifier right there. Blue Sun Place.
And everybody in the way.
Can we have the slate identifier?
Laugh and smile. So the energy is high. It's good. We're all just happy to be there and to be together. So I'm really excited for season 2. And I think there's some cool stuff in store.
I mean, are you happy with the way that your characters kind of evolved this season as well?
I am very happy to be back, and yeah, I definitely have more to say. So yeah, I'm super excited for people to see what's coming.
I'm excited to see the different spoofs that you guys do. I was telling Seth last time, I was like, I'm ready for you guys to make fun of all of us here on the press.
So we started filming a couple weeks ago, and just walking into the sets and seeing like the movies, I'm like, it's so good, it's so funny. They're so good at what they do.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Congrats on the nominations today. Thank you.
Constance, right here. Constance, I need singles. Right in the middle, right there. Hold that. They're right in her way. Constance, right down the middle, please. Slate. Chief of War. Wasn't when Jason Momoa was in, wasn't he? Where the hell was he? Yeah, a little pecker head. He shows up in a Disney park with his next week. He shows up at a Disney park and he doesn't even walk. I'm not walking the park. Why not? You get to come and enjoy it. Why are you not walking the park? Whatever, I can't make people do stuff, you know. Flip.
I am locked.
Flip. Let's a little step over right here. Right here. Excuse us. Hold back, Flip. Almost done. Last one, Flip. One more glance, Flip. There you go. You okay back here? You making it work?
I'm making it work.
I still have to watch it. That's the whole thing. Well, everybody but Jason Momoa. Yeah, exactly, right? At least we could do a show up and do a show. Looking down the middle. Together. Excellent. One more.
Brandon Finn. I got it.
Hey, Robert. sign this out? Right. Okay. Cool. Haven't watched that one yet, so I don't know. But I know everybody's talking about it.
I've gone to see you live a few times, and it's a party every single time. But I mean, celebrating Lurker today, talk to me about what that's been like for you just as an actor, being able to kind of dip into comedy, drama, and kind of find that blend, especially with this film.
It's been honestly really cool. I'm very blessed and very spoiled, honestly, because like Quinta is the homie, Alex is the homie, and I'm blessed that I have people around me that see a piece of, you know, my acting that can be utilized for two extremely different worlds, you know. So honestly, I pull up, they tell me where to shoot, tell me where to put the ball, but I think I've learned so much in the process of this film that comedy and drama and discomfort and cringe and all of these different sort of like messy emotions, it's still rooted in comedy. So I had to stop like pushing myself to learn a different skill and learning how to utilize what I've already honed to bring this more to life. So I'm just happy that people enjoy it.
Almost like your music has allowed you to even tap into that more, where you're forced to be present in the same way you are when you're entertaining the crowd.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think like doing stand-up and performing for people is exposure therapy. It's not gonna make you a better actor just by, you know, like implication of doing that, but it does have something where like if you tap into that recall, you can get rid of certain sort of anxieties around acting. I think all of these skills kind of apply to each other. You just got to figure out what parts to play. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Like, nice to see you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you
amazing to watch the full circle moment where you're seeing so many people from Hawaii specifically saying, wow, finally this history is being told. What has that meant for you, just being from New Zealand, being able to share in that solidarity with the Hawaiian peoples who did watch
the Hawaiians are our cousins, like the Samoans and the Tongans and Tahitians, so we all belong a part of the Pacific continent, which is that ocean. And it's great for us to all connect and to celebrate Hawaii. Because otherwise these stories would never be told and no one would know the history of Hawaii at all. You know, it'd be like a golf course and a resort and you know, Hawaiians are then constrained to playing the ukulele and doing security. So it's good to get that culture out and see our cousins celebrated and their language and their heritage.
Thoughts just on in the same way that Jason and the rest and you yourself and the rest of the team are using art to really drive change, push against colonization. What does that mean to you to use art in that that form?
Yeah, push against colonization. Look, colonization is a reality of humanity. It's kind of what happens, you know. But you know, I think from a indigenous point of view, we're still here, you know, and I think it's just to remind ourselves as much as anybody else that we exist, that we have a heritage, we have a culture, that we are relevant to ourselves and to others, and we'll see what happens. You know, I don't think colonization's stopping anytime soon. It seems to be alive and well and healthy, so we just need to exist really and be ourselves and celebrate ourselves. I think it's important for humanity. I think it's good for everybody. I think that the counter position that I take as an indigenous person is that actually we're all indigenous. We all live between Mother Earth and Father Sky. That's a fact. We might not relate to that, we might not believe in that, but from an Indigenous point of view, it's just remember your indigeneity. Remember that your ancestors came from somewhere. Whether you're the colonizer or the colonized, remember your heritage. I think there's value in it. A lot of humans don't see any value in their heritage. I'm one of those ones, or our culture, we do. So I think it's great. Like, where are your parents from? Where are your grandparents from? You know.
My family's from North America, from Mexico.
Yeah, beautiful, right? So you have a long lineage here, thousands of years of lineage. And our colonizers have their own lineage, and they have thousands of years of their own stories of being colonized. So I think empathy is really important. Memory is very important, and I think a vision of humanity, being honest about who we are, is also important. And that all happens through art, through storytelling, and I think it's more accessible that way than perhaps politics or politicking. But it gives us a voice and reminds us who we are as human beings, I think.
Lisa, thank you so much. Thank you.
All right.
I got the silhouettes already. Now we're working on a headshot. Good smile straight on.
Incredible language guardians for the show, and what's so far, and all the things that are there, the writing and the expression of the education, and now the show.
That's what I've been waiting for. It's so funny how all of us come on the pumpkin, everybody gets joyful, right? I know.
Perfect. We got to speak at the junket, and I was just telling Cliff, I said it's beautiful to see that full circle moment for the show. I mean, winners here today at Film Independent already. Talk to me about what it's meant to you just to work in solidarity with your Hawaiian co-stars, to learn the language as well, and just to be able to educate people on history, to hopefully create change for the future.
I think as an Indigenous person, I mean, I'm from a small village in Aotearoa. I lived, breathed, and slept my culture, and coming into this world, it's really interesting because you're not sure if there's a space for that. And then you look at things like Kaia and Moana, and we've kind of been making these waves slowly but surely. So Chief of War feels like like an amalgamation of all of the hard work and sacrifice that all of our Indigenous communities have made, not just our Polynesians, to be able to lead this space authentically with intention and have our Western counterparts be alongside us as partners in this journey rather than what I think some people might see as enemies. It's not. It doesn't have to be that way, and I think it's a great reflection of where we are in today's society, regardless of how the headlines might look these days.
And I mean, the importance of just having the Hawaiian language throughout the show. How does that feel for you? Are you still holding on to it beautifully?
It was such a gift, honestly, to be able to feel the joy of their language, to see the work that they've put into to be able to preserve their language, and to be gifted with the opportunity to learn it. Not only learn the language, but learn it from the people who have kept it alive. I mean, I think that gift will live with me for the rest of my life.
Thank you so much, and congratulations. Thank you.
Just one second. Hey, my name's Cooper. Did we talk to the Spirit Awards?
Yes, we did.
I think we did. You, by the way, you are styled and dialed.
I don't know what this one is. Must be a bunch of there is a lot that I do. It's just I can't watch everything. Oh, okay, so we're good. Do we just need the t-shirt or what?
Thank you to be here celebrating this project and also bringing this lovely friend along as well.
I mean, it's amazing. For us, this is really like a family project. So this is my wife and co-producer. Indy is our dog. You know, it's a family project. It feels like a true independent movie. So this is like kind of a dream place for us to be.
And what was it like working with your dog over here?
I mean, it's certainly challenging. He's a real dog. He isn't so much motivated by tricks as he is like food and curiosity. So we were always finding kind of creative ways to, you know, coax a performance or what looks like a performance out of him. And that continues to what we're doing here on the red carpet.
And for both of you, I mean, just as producers, as filmmakers, how do you kind of see independent film evolving? Because I know there's talks of people fearing that, you know, it might just be studio films from now on. We don't know if there's room for independent cinema anymore. Do you feel that that's true, or that, I mean, this feels like the opposite of that?
Yeah, I mean, I certainly understand that fear, but at the same time, I think there's just amazing opportunity out there with technology is making it easier and easier to make, you know, films. The cameras that we shot this on were completely unattainable 10 years ago, and we owned them and shot our own movie. And that's just one example, but I feel like every single filmmaker and like producer here is going to have some story about how like something new, whether a new idea or whatever, you know, made their film possible. And I think that's kind of like another dual future for where cinema can go.
It's almost opening up more opportunities.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, so I, in addition to making movies, I also teach film to college students. And I can say, like, it's definitely easy to feel like we're at the end of something, but I don't know. I think it's an advantage to be around, like, a bunch of emerging filmmakers and students and, like, feel like, you know, the grass is very green out there as well.
Nice to hear that perspective, but thank you both so much. Thank you.
The sun washes it out. Oh, hold on. We want Garrett by himself. Garrett right here. Little step that way, Garrett. Right there. Hold that. Stay with me right here. Good smile, Garrett, right here down the middle. Stay with me. Boy, we wanted that one.
Independent television as well. Do you feel that AI is kind of opening up more space for more emerging or independent filmmakers, or does it feel like we're kind of entering a danger zone in a way by introducing the technology?
Well, we're at the Independent Spirit Awards, and it's all about original art and personal art, and I think this is one of the places that is going to be least affected by AI. Because no matter how far AI gets, you still need to tell a story from the heart. So this is where we are. I think kids are going to use AI and make huge movies. I think it's going to be hard to stop. But, you know, the way that big movies are made right now are already with sort of an artificial intelligence in a lot of ways. So it's hard to really judge what's going to happen. But, you know, I do think young kids will make the equivalent of a $100 million movie sometime in the next 5 years.
Just with the new technology, or just with their ability?
AI technology, yeah.
Okay. And I mean, what would you hope that kind of the big studios would see from that and hopefully implement into their own work?
Well, you know, we're human beings on planet Earth, trying to stay alive and take care of each other. Most of us are trying to do that, and I think that's what we need to do with AI, and that's what we need to do with, you know, original source materials that are being harvested for AI. I don't know how it's going to happen, but, you know, we just have to, like, constantly put our intention towards what's good and what's right.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Wait, hold on. There we go. Jenny, let the interview respond. walking behind you. Jenny right up top. Hold that right there. Jenny right down the middle. All right. I hope this came out good. We love you, Chris. Good enough. Stay with me, almost done. One more chance. There we go. It's all yours, Kathy. Give us a wave. Give us a wave. Give us a wave. Thank you. One of those two, give me a wave. Let me start the Yeah, it is. We did that How to Train Your Dragon. It was raining. Oh my! I was. Everything was wet. From top to bottom, and I left out there and I go, you guys. I'll never forget that carpet. That was the worst one I ever did. Even my cat. Yeah, and the camera was fogging up on the inner lens. It's terrible. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You put your eyeball here, you couldn't see through it anymore. You just had to know it was in focus. Just put the green where their eye was and count, and then just shoot it because it was all foggy.
But also just independent cinema community, especially given the direction that we're seeing technology kind of push film and push the movie making experience lately.
I mean, I think indie cinema is the home for humanist filmmaking. And when we're living through rising authoritarianism and fascism, it's the stories of people and how we live, how we hold each other up that I think are in some ways the best antidote to fascism. So I think we need indie cinema because it's where humanism shines through.
Same. I mean, this is where we find hope. You know what I mean? I think it's the kind of space where we need great art to inspire us always, and it's great to be able to have very unique stories, to have a space and a platform to be told through independent cinema.
And for both of you, what is one project or a film that you saw that really evoked that spark where you're like, oh, I want to make a change, or I want to have a conversation about creating change after experiencing it?
I mean, I'll just shout out a Friends film, Blue Sun Palace by Constance Sang, that's about a group of massage parlor workers in Queens. It's a beautiful film about sisterhood and labor and what we owe each other, and I that film was really inspiring to me. Yeah.
A film that I think of that I remember was really, really impactful for me was a film called Saint-Omer that was just a couple of years back that focused on a woman that was on the stand for matricide, but it actually asked much deeper questions about what it means to be an immigrant and what it means to be someone new in a foreign land and how is one treated. So I think, again, it opens up our understanding of humanity and how to treat others. I think that's what the best part of great film making is all about.
Congratulations again. Thank you both so much. Thank you.
Good luck with Jamie Moore next year. Because I'm the only one that got that shot. That's okay.
Talk to me about what it means to get this recognition from the independent cinema community and film independence.
Well, it's extremely validating. We've been working on this project for so long now, like feels like my entire adult life, and you know, something like this feels like a culmination. Not to mention, I love John Cassavetes, so it's a real honor to be sort of in that legacy, or in some sense, you know.
What was your reaction to finding out about the nomination?
I can't remember, you know. I just smiled. I was just happy, you know. Yeah, I started telling friends. That was the reaction.
Hold on, let me text a few people. Let's get this started. And I mean, just in the times that we're living now, for you as a filmmaker, how do you kind of view art? Do you view art as a form of resistance, or does it feel more as a form of escapism for people?
Definitely not just escapism. I think it can be both too, but also art has to be involved with the world. Art is political. Art is engaged with the world. For it to claim that it isn't is a very silly fallacy. So yes, I think it's very much an antidote to the horrors of the world. Sometimes it needs to show the horrors of the world, but my film, I think, on its face might seem like a piece of escapism. It's about baseball players. It's not about, you know, warfare. But at the same time, I think it's gently political and very much a way of saying, let's spend our time for the sake of brotherhood and camaraderie, and not denigrating anyone.
Well, there's a lot of power in community, right? So it's creating those community spaces.
Absolutely, yes. Third spaces, they say. They're disappearing from our world, and I think as we devalue that sort of interaction and recreation and community, I think we sever something really essential about democracy. So I think the film is a way of showing what an ideal society could look like, one where people enjoy themselves and spend their time for pleasure, you know, and be present.
You need that balance. So thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. That is really using art in that way. What does that mean to you to be a part of this and to be celebrating in that way?
Sure. So I feel the Indie Spirit Awards are particularly special because they are the beating hearts of independent film, and they support films that may not have distribution, that films you may not otherwise see, and they uplift the whole community by doing that. So it means so much to be here on this blue carpet. Yeah, I love it. It's a big honor.
I mean, it is very cool to see. And I feel like conversations are able to get a little bit deeper here as well. But even for you, how do you envision technology kind of mixing into filmmaking? Because people are putting it into documentary work as well. Does it feel like an added help to everything, or does it feel like it could lead to maybe not the best change in the industry?
So I think art reflects life and life reflects art. So I think what we're seeing is an organic expansion right now. I'm not talking about AI, but I'm talking about the use of different kinds of footage in the films we make. And I think it's because that's the world we live in, right? So cell phone footage, perhaps CCTV footage, even body camera footage, which was so prevalent in my film. Really, all of that is part of the world we live in. So it's organically going to become a part of our stories. And I think that, that will happen. That will happen again as we move forward and as technology changes. But of course, we have to think deeply about the role of AI.
That is right. The Perfect Neighbor is a great example, right, of the positives of implementing certain technologies.
Right. That's right. So I think with The Perfect Neighbor, we see something where we were able to take what is police body camera footage, which can sometimes be used to surveil people of color and to criminalize us, and use it to humanize a community. So I think this footage can also be taken and used in different ways. It doesn't always have to serve the purpose that it might have been originally meant for. But body camera footage right now continues, even though it's a double-edged sword for people of color, it's incredibly important because it is so relevant to the fight that we are currently having against dangerous government agents who are coming into our communities, ICE, and killing us and kidnapping us and putting us in essentially concentration camps. So we need body camera footage in this time.
Given on that, I wanted to ask you, what, in your opinion, what is the role? I think I know the answer, but what is the role of the artist in terms of speaking out against ICE or against other?
So artists are the vanguard of the revolution, I believe. Artists always are the canary in the coal mine, the first on the front lines, and I think that's incredibly important to keep alive in this time where the media, as we talked about before, is being censored, where sort of corporate media infrastructure is being destroyed. So again, artists always are on the front lines, and we have to continue to be there, continue to push back.
Thank you so much. We'll see you at the Oscars. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
You left. There you go, looking right here. They're really almost done. Yes.
To have this first feature be recognized here at Film Independent and be amongst this community?
Well, I mean, I always thought, oh, one day I hope to be nominated for a Spirit Award. So it's really exciting. It's my first film to be here. But yeah, I feel like to be in like this category, it just means like a bunch of people said no and maybe 4 people said yes. So yeah, and that's the thing about making films is there's so many no's, but those like 3 people that say yes, like change your whole life, and so I'm very grateful. Yeah.
It's very beautiful. Where it's like this. It's all you need is that one. What's that Lady Gaga quote?
Oh
all you need is that one person.
Yeah, I had more than one. I had 5 really solid, amazing female producers who were like, yes, we got you. So,
congratulations. Thank you so much. Love, appreciate it.
Hi, can I bring you Francesca Scorsese?
One more time, John, looking right here. There you go.
What it's meant to be able to step into various roles within the industry and kind of learn the different ropes and see where you want to fit best.
I mean, I'm still learning, okay? Like and I feel like I always will be. No, I don't know.
I mean, I grew up very much in the industry, and I didn't really see myself doing anything else. It's really cool to be able to explore filmmaking and acting and I mean everything, right? And it all kind of goes hand in hand as well. So it's nice. I feel like you learn from doing both, you know. Stepping into an actor's shoes, you learn how to direct better, and you know, vice versa. So it's been really cool and an amazing learning experience. Yeah.
And for you, I'm so curious, what was that first film that you watched that really, outside of being immersed in the industry, just that first film where you said, oh, wait, yeah, I do want to continue to do this outside of my family, outside of everything I see.
Outside of everything. That's a really good question. I think when I started watching Mario Bava films, and I think just the visuals in that, and I mean everything, it really showed me how film can just be pure art, you know. And so, yeah, I think so. I don't know. I really don't have a specific film. I can't pinpoint.
But I feel like saying someone's films, that kind of encapsulated as well.
Yeah.
And my last question for you, in a similar vein, whenever you are feeling kind of creatively depleted, what type of art do you turn to? Is it film? Is it TV? Is it music? Where do you?
It's funny because I like to paint, so I feel like when I'm feeling sort of if I'm having a hard time creatively, I just try to paint. I also do a lot of film photography as sort of like a documentary style film photography. So it's kind of cool to be able to see the art that I can capture just in daily life. And yeah, music helps too, though. I mean, everything. I just try to do as much as I can to like get out of my funk, you know?
I love that for you, it's constantly creating in other mediums, right?
I'd go crazy if I couldn't. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Love I think they're gonna.
Right, what's up the paint on stage. was like to be back for season 2. And, I was telling her that, our crew is incredible. To be back in that world again, to have that opportunity is so great. So we're very excited for you to see it.
How about for you, Poorna? Just being back in that badass.
When we were there in Chicago, they nicknamed it Siberia.
Yeah. I'm putting sunglasses on too now.
Yes, exactly.
Uh-huh.
We don't want to be known, our souls to be known. We had an incredible season 2. I can't wait for everyone to see it. Our antics are even more intense. But it really is. Like coming back, it felt like coming back home. And Asif and I know Sagar, Asif and I were looking forward to coming back to season 2 ever since we got renewed.
And I mean, the show really took off in a beautiful way. We saw so many people, specifically in the South Asian community, saying, finally, we have our show. What did that mean to both of you?
It's so special. I mean, for me growing up, it was like, man, this is a show that I wish I could have had. And so to be a part of it is really special. And so I feel like a lot of people that I talk to that are South Asian say the same thing of like, man, it's so cool to have a show that's about us, but not like, you know what I mean? Like it's just a fun show that we're represented in. So it's a fun time.
I agree. It also like indicates such an intense desire to break out of molds, right?
Yeah.
Intense desire to be surprised. I still remember when Beef came out, and I was like, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Asian and not Asian and everything else in between, I think that's, we want to be ourselves and represent ourselves and our communities and our culture, but also subvert it at the same time, and that gives us so much joy.
I want to tell you so many spoilers, but I can't.
I wish.
We will get killed. But there's just so many things that happen this season, so many people, so many...
And the boys are even more stupid and even crazier and even more delicious.
You thought season 1 was dumb.
I know.
I can't wait. Listen, I've repeat watched a few times now, so I'm ready for season 2.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Of being a part of this film and the unique storytelling that it really takes on the horror genre.
So the moment Brian Fuller told me about Dust Bunny, I knew that he was going to make something that we don't get anymore. It's the kind of film and the kind of storytelling that just doesn't get often greenlit into the marketplace because it's challenging. It puts children into really precarious situations where there's horror and drama, and it looks at kids as completely multi-dimensional human beings, which they are. I love this film so much. It reminds me of the kinds of movies that I immediately wanted to make movies watching, and I'm just so lucky I get to be a part of it. I think Brian is one of our contemporary geniuses.
I love that. And for you, I mean, you've been a part of studio projects, ginormous blockbusters as well, but why is it important for actors like yourself to support these independent films so that we continue seeing original storytelling?
So at the end of the day, filmmaking and show business is still a business. And sometimes if you're able to parlay some of the energy, some of the marketing power, even some of the financing power that you can shift from any modicum of success you may have in the more commercial space, then you can just try and pipe it into the independent and artistic voices that aren't always the kinds of filmmakers that aren't getting the chance to get the budgets that they need to make the movies that they need to make. So I've always looked at my journey through Hollywood like wearing two skis. There's like the studio side of doing big, awesome, fun superhero movies and science fiction and blockbusters, and I love those movies. They're so fun. And the other ski is films that ask questions without answering them. I think it's, at the end of the day, when I look at independent film, and the reason we need it is because it asks questions without answering them for the audience. It lets the audience make up their own minds.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I have to let it go. What does that mean to you? I mean, we saw the same with Train Dreams that started as independent, got picked up in this beautiful way. To be supporting independent cinema and supporting original storytelling.
It's all about story to me. If the story's good, I want to get involved. It might be a small budget or a small movie or a complicated movie to get made. But I always feel like at the end I'm thinking, like, how is an audience going to feel about the story? And I just want to be associated with good story. So whatever opportunities I have, if I can do something that I think is a great story, and sometimes the greatest stories are the hardest ones to get made. But that's why we're celebrating them here today.
What do you think it is? What is that push that studios or even production companies you think need to see that quality, to see what a lot of the actors see in the script that maybe the studio heads don't?
Well, I feel like studios, in fairness to them, have a lot of investors and a lot of money behind things. So there's formulas and there's things that they know have worked in the past. And sure enough, independent cinema is not loved by everybody. But I think studios should also, and are probably aware that not all commercial cinema is loved by everybody. It's just sad, or not sad, but it's a fact that it's probably loved by more people, but maybe just because it's shown to more people on more cinemas, you know. I think cinema's become more binary. It's like bigger things get more, you know, bigger, more commercial things get more screens. Independent cinema's getting squeezed more into like a back closet. But those stories are fantastic. They're complicated, but they don't tick all the right, you know, all the right boxes for studios sometimes. But sometimes an independent filmmaker will prove that complicated stories can reach out to more people than a studio mind might think.
I mean, we see it exactly with these two films, but thank you so much, Joel. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Stay with the buddy.
That you really took with this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is our people. Like, we came up through independent film, so like this acknowledgement means a lot. Like, it's our peers, it's the people making movies the way we love to make movies.
Which is with no money. Just kidding. We like making
the other with money too. Yeah.
That we make it work. We make it work, and we make great art out of it. And I mean, for both of you as filmmakers, with technology kind of coming into play, does it feel like we're making space for more independent filmmaking, or does it feel like we could kind of go into territory that might be a little dangerous?
I mean, I think that I honestly think that technology is one of those, I think we cope and adapt as artists in every decade with a new technological advancement. So like when we were just coming up, it was like digital film was taking over, and it was like people were so excited that, you know, you could shoot movies without having to buy film. And there was a bit of like, oh, what is this going to mean? I think it's just like we work with the tools we got, and we make things that are great. I love that it's more accessible for like young people could just make a movie on their iPhone. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, I think we just have to recontextualize technology as it's a tool for human beings to use, and that's all that matters. As long as it's that, we're in good shape.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
These robots write the scripts. We're very strong proponents of that.
As nominees for the Screenplay Awards, we really love that robots are writing words.
I like that calling it.
Doing okay back there, young man? All right.
No room.
I know.
My back is like hurting so much because I can't even move.
I know, that's what's happening to me. Look at this. And when I turn, I gotta turn slowly because I don't want to like smack you or start, you know. Oh, baby. Well, all my gear was over there till you came. You fucked it all up for me.
Where's your gear? It was supposed to be right here. Yeah.
It's right over there. It's on the other side of it. Oh, shit. To your left. You must bow to your left.
That has meant to you, given that this did start as an independent film, going to Sundance, and then seeing how large scale it became?
First of all, it's surreal. I mean, we would never imagine when we were shooting it as an independent movie that would reach so many people and we would get so many recognition and people would actually connect with the movie the way they've been connecting. But I feel like it's a testament to independent movies. I feel like we need to keep doing them and do movies that come from the heart, movies that actually, I mean, all movies in a certain way come from the heart, but I feel like there's something amazing about doing smaller movies, independent movies, and trusting the creative process. There's so much blood, sweat, and tears that it's amazing when you do movies like that and you get the recognition, gives you strength to keep moving forward in a way.
I love that. Well, thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you. So lovely to meet you.
That is true. I genuinely think there was a time where I said she just kept writing worse things. I know, okay, well, then you call that weird. I think you're amazing. Just like you kept that story. Yeah, just writing. He's a weird great
And to you, just getting all that love from everyone and seeing the conversations that sparked out of the show as well.
It was really nice to see people react in such a way that they haven't before because they got presented a story that they've never seen before. So it was nice to be able to be the vessel of that new spin on just Black love and making it young and quirky and new. Yeah.
I mean, what has been some of the best audience reaction that you've been like, oh, I love, this is hilarious, or this means so much to me?
I love people's responses to the prom scene because the show did take place in 2019, so that was the last prom year for a lot of people. So I know that it was like very nostalgic and very like, oh, like I wish I would have had that. So I do think that was really cool.
People got to live vicariously, right, through that prom that they never had as well. And yeah, I mean, listen, I watched the show. I had friends and friends and friends telling me, oh my God, have you heard of this show forever? And I was like, have I heard of it? Yes, I've seen the entire thing multiple times now. But I mean, how do you feel that you stretch as an actor, having worked on this project and just being in that space and being amongst so many, what's the word, iconic creatives as well?
It was really nice to be able to have the space and the time to be able to grow with the characters so fast. I didn't have that experience since my last series, which was Greenleaf, you know, and that was with, again, like these iconic actors. So it was kind of really fun to kind of get back into it for like a while, yeah.
Thank you so much, Zoe. Congrats on the nominations today. Why it was important for you to wear that?
Yeah, I'm a third-generation Angelino, and there is no LA without immigrants, and it's what's happening is disgusting and un-American, and it needs to be called out.
Do you feel that more people should be wearing pins or speaking out in the industry?
I do. I think if you're given a platform for whatever reason you're given that platform, I think especially with things that are objective rights and wrongs, they should be called out, especially because we need to try and make sure everyone remembers this is not normal. And I think without talking about it, it becomes normal.
And I mean, the pit also speaks to a lot of issues that are happening in the medical industry as well. As being someone who is outspoken politically, what does that mean to you to kind of use your art in that way to educate people on a lot of realities they don't see?
Well, I feel very lucky to be on something that doesn't shy away. And I remember there was some journalists asked me, like, the pit is so liberal, but the thing is, we all do our research too, and it's the temperature of every emergency room worker. And right now we're all very obsessed with labeling something as conservative or liberal or whatever, and it's just like, or this is the realism of this job. And I think because of that, we get to tell so many stories that are very, very timely.
My mom used to work in the trauma department, and she just started, she's behind a season. She just started watching The Pit, but she's like, this is reality. This is what I dealt with on an everyday basis.
And I think, like, not shying away from stories about, like, how shitty our healthcare system is and how, like, the absurdity of making just barely above poverty line so you can't get covered a certain amount, but you also can't afford anything else. And there's so many people in that forgotten section that are completely screwed. And it's like being able to talk about this, which, especially a lot of big network medical shows they don't really go into any of this, and it feels very right. And also, having spoken to different medical professionals, they're like, this is exactly how we feel, this is what we talk about at work and all of that. So it's good to be able to do it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have fun tonight.
Okay, so that was you guys doing the part. I thought I recognized you. So you do both, or only this?
To kind of use art as resistance, as a form of decolonial history education as well.
I mean, so many reasons why I love being part of the show. I think the biggest one is it has never been done before. I mean, we're living in a time where, DEI has been pushed out, diversity is not something, we're still fighting for that, which is crazy to me. But, Hawaii is a state of America, and the fact that the history hasn't been looked into was wild to me. And it's just a beautiful celebration tonight. We did so much work to bring this to the screens, and it's the first time it was ever on a platform this big. So I'm just happy to be with my co-stars and enjoy it.
Thank you so much. Have fun tonight. Thank you. Congrats again.
Am I talking to you? I'm talking over here. Do you care if I talk to you? All right. Put some earplugs in. They're all talking too.
inspiration given the times that we're living in right now?
Our story is really about queer joy and queer love, and it's about finding happiness in a place where maybe you thought that you couldn't before. And I think it really offers a North Star to anyone struggling through anything, to know that you can dance through it, you can laugh through it, you can cry through it, you can grieve through it, and find a remarkable reverence for life on the other side.
Like you were saying, it's providing also for the audience indirectly to share in that joy as well. I'm so curious for each of you, what has been a work of art that has provided you that same joy or that same kind of act of resistance when experiencing it?
Can you repeat the first part?
Yeah, what is one work of
When I went through a very hard time as a teen, the album Shooting Rubber Bands at the Stars by Edie Brickell was like my North Star that like helped me move through that moment and inspired me, and it's what makes me realize when people say thank you, this helped me through, or anything I do that helps anyone through, that I can think back like that's what Edie's album was for me.
a friend at the Oscar nominees luncheon, and look at again with the look.
I'm trying to keep up with this beautiful.
I mean,
lady
both
right
of
here.
you, truly, with the green ensemble you had, and now this beautiful yellow.
Kind of matching that day.
Oh, right. How about that? That's right.
I mean, your entire cast is so amazing. But I'm so curious. After working with Ryan now, being a part of this Sinners community, how has that almost, in a good way, ruined other projects for you, where you're like, my level of expectation is a little higher because I've been on a Ryan Coogler set?
I'm not actually thinking of it like that. This is clearly a very, very, very special phenomenon.
Spanglish, ¿está bien?
¿Yo qué hago?
Español si quieres. Perfecto. Pero felicidades en los Oscars, también aquí en Film Independent. Pero leí que you incorporate a lot of nature en las películas que haces. Talk to me about that importance, or kind of cuándo empezó esa relación con todo lo natural.
The relation that my work has with nature is not just because nature is a good frame to shot, it's because nature is talking to us, you know, is sending us signs, is manifesting. So I like to remember to myself that we are living on a magical world, and obviously shooting in that place is the desert, the mountains where I usually shoot, you know, you feel the world alive.
And you also have talked about mixing in religion with Sufism and psychotherapy knowledge as well. What did that mean to you to kind of blend those two together into the world of Surat and seeing the way that people are responding to it?
I mean, I like from Surat that the film transcends the category of I like or I don't like, you know. I think that the film is penetrating, and yes, we're discovering a lot of relations between therapy and cinema. We think that images are a deep, esoteric weapon. An image can change your life. So we try to protect the images from ourselves.
Thank you so much, Óliver. Felicidades. Thank you. Congratulations.
Francis right down the middle. Francis.
on so many issues, whether it's happening in their country, whether it's a part of history, or whether it's something that's happening now?
I think a very strong aspect of telling stories, storytelling, is to look around and see what's going on. And this is basically what I have been doing since the time I made short films. Today, right now, all over the world, here in the US, in Brazil, in France, I think it's a great moment, it's a great time to make films and tell stories. You can make maybe a film about what's happening on your neighborhood, or maybe you can make a film about something that happened many years ago. And you shouldn't be worried if it's going to be political. It's fine to be political. And this discussion keeps coming back, and every now and then, and I don't think there is a problem in being political. You can even make a film without the word politics, and it will still be political.
And I mean, you as producers, as filmmakers, what do you do when you are presenting your project to a studio or to a production company to really protect the integrity of it and not let those other voices kind of come in?
Well, in Brazil, we work in a very different way. Our funding is mostly from public institutions, so it can be tricky and complicated, but it also gives us a lot of freedom. So we don't answer to a studio or to anyone, and we work also with co-producers who really respect us and respect Kleber's vision. So we really do the films that we want to do. That's wonderful. Yeah.
I work very hard on the script so that when you read the script, you will have a very accurate idea of what I want to do in the film. And if someone is not interested in that script, it's fine. But if we are going to work together, this is the film that we want to make. So maybe that's one way of describing independence.
Thank you all so much. Nice to see you again. Thank you.
Sorry.
Look at this. Stunning in yellow, in gold, I should say, in gold. But I mean, returning to television with The Burbs, what was it about the script that you said, I'm ready, let's go back to these episodics in the series?
Well, I was excited to get a chance to work with Ryan Grazer, Seth MacFarlane, of course, Celeste Huey. I loved her interpretation of this, because obviously it's a remake of the 1989 Tom Hanks film. And I was excited to get to play a mom as a mom, you know what I mean, and actually go through kind of that experience in television through comedy and, of course, genre, because I love horror. So it had a lot of themes that I was excited to explore and hadn't in that deep way before.
And do you feel like it was kind of what do they say, prepared for such a time as this, or it was like, because I've experienced motherhood, I relate to this character in a unique way?
Absolutely. And then, of course, the mystery, the whodunit, the great cast. I mean, we have Paula Pell, Julia Dreyfus, Jack Whitehall. There's so many other people that I also was excited to work with, and that I think nobody would have expected me to, all of us to be together. So all those elements made me want to do it.
I mean, that's when you got that good ensemble cast, right? And that beautiful way. And I mean, you're also an executive producer. You're a leader in the industry. I'm so curious, what do you think it is about protecting independent cinema that more leaders need to get behind so that we continue to see original storytelling and continue to see emerging filmmakers of all backgrounds, right?
Well, I mean, you said it just then. The importance of supporting independent filmmakers is so you can get different perspectives, you know what I mean? And I think for me, it's just like that's the most unique ideas, is when you actually give them a chance. For me, working with KTV, my network, that's kind of like all we're about, is giving young entertainers, whether they're in front of the camera or behind the scenes, an opportunity to tell their stories. And it's about money, right? They need funding. So the more that we can kind of put our money together to help support those new and up-and-coming talent, I think the more unique representation we're going to get across the board.
I feel like it's proof here, right, of all the different projects.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Thank you so much, Keke. Nice to see you. Thank you. Hi, yes, please. Hello, hello. You look amazing. I love this look, so chic. But I mean, talk to me just being a part of this industry for some time now. And so do you see the new technology that's coming in as a plus or as something we should be kind of weary about?
Whoa.
Both, but I try to stay cautiously optimistic in my life, and yeah, that's how I feel.
You got to work on this project with Richard Linklater, who, in my opinion, is a master of dialogue. Talk to me about what that meant to you as an actor, really stepping into his world and tapping into that side of your skills.
Yeah, I agree. He's a master of a lot of things. This was actually my second time getting to work with him. Very fortunate. So I had an idea of how he liked to work, which is he's very rehearsal intensive, which is a actor's dream, at least my dream. So I had an idea of kind of how he likes his methodology and how he likes things done. So it was a decade later, but his style didn't change at all, and it was a gift to be back on set with him. I love him. He's amazing.
And I mean, being able to step back into that, do you feel like now a second time around it's really pulled something out of you that maybe you didn't understand from the first time working with him?
Yeah, I mean, I was 19 when I worked with him for the first time, and then I was almost 30 when I worked with him the second time, so I feel like I was a very different person, but so grateful that I got to work with him again. So.
Thank you so much. Congrats on the nominations. Thank you. The journey that has happened so quickly in such a beautiful way. What has it meant to you just to see the way your career has risen and to now be at a point where you can say, I'm going to say no to this and yes to this, and I know the direction I want to take my career?
Well, when you break it down like that, it feels pretty special. No, I don't know, man. I'm just doing one day at a time. You know, I think when I think about how I got here, it's not how I imagined it. It's just what happened. And just staying true to who I am, I think is just the most important thing. So I'm going to try and do that.
And what is it about a script that really stands out to you where you say, I know this is something that I want to put in my filmography, and for it to be something that when people say, oh yeah, I love David Jonsson projects, it fits in within that wheelhouse and that genre?
I think I'm still figuring that out. Again, you know, honestly, it's like I don't, I kind of want to be a little bit undefinable for now, so that means, I don't know, just being playful is what it is. Working with cool people, that's probably the most important thing to me,
And I mean, The Long Walk being celebrated here, it was a film that for a lot of people felt like was speaking in a broader sense to a lot of real issues. For you, what does that mean to use your art form in that way, to speak out and to kind of spark conversation?
It's everything. It's so nice when art comments on life in a way that doesn't tell you what it is, but it's just a comment so you can find what it is. I love that our film hit a nerve. You want to do that as an actor. You want to do films that mean something, hopefully to at least one person, and I think ours meant a little bit more to a few more people, so that's awesome. I'm so grateful.
Congratulations, so lovely to see you. Thank you.
Denied and suppressed and silenced, and I was scared to tell the story and not sure what the reception would be. And it was embraced. It was embraced in so many different ways. And to have this recognition for this particular film at this time in the world is so powerful to me. And I think it's meaningful to
over that outfit.
I saw the movie.
You did? Oh, I'm so glad. I know. Destroyed me. Destroyed me.
Good job.
But what has it meant to you now, being on the other end of everything, seeing the way that U.S. viewers have responded to the film?
It's so profound. I've had so many just amazing reactions with audience members, like really deep, meaningful connections with people. And to get the recognition that I've gotten for this particular movie at this time in the world, just really, it's so meaningful. It says so much to me about how much the world is changing, about how the truth is breaking through, and how open people are to Palestinian narratives that have long been silenced.
And I mean, it feels like the theme, unintentionally, of the night has been art used as resistance here today at Film Independent. You are also a part of that with this film. What does that mean to you to be amongst this community and to see the way that people are not necessarily shying away from speaking out anymore?
I mean, I feel so much more at home in that environment, to be honest, and it feels so gratifying. You know, especially with everything we're seeing in the world. It's amazing to be among peers who are also really taking incredibly important and courageous steps towards telling the stories that we need in our world right now, so that we can really awaken to what's happening, so that we can take action, so that we can really be moved to take action and to care about things that maybe we wouldn't have known about if we hadn't seen these films. I think film has so much power in that way, you know, the universal language of emotion, and that's really what changes our hearts and minds, right, is like emotion. So it's really amazing to be in such fantastic company.
That spark that a lot of people need. And the last time we spoke, you said your father hadn't seen the film yet. I'm curious, have you been able to share that with him yet?
What's that?
You said your father hadn't seen the film yet. I'm curious if you've been able to share that with him.
I still have not been able to share it with him. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. He is my inspiration for it, and I dedicate all of the good things that have happened to the film, to him. So I know it's going to be very emotional for him. I want to be there when he watches it, and I'm hoping he'll get to watch it in the cinema with a crowd of people around him and a lot of love. So I'm looking for the right environment to show it to him in.
Well, thank you so much, Cherien.
Thank you.
I hope you get that moment with him.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, love. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
To your left. Leg to your left just a little bit. to your left. Tessa, can you look to your left? Can you see the front of the outfit, love, please? Hold that beautiful smile right there. Stay with you. Almost done. One more glance, Tessa. Tessa, one more glance up top. Beautiful smile up top. There it is. Tessa, the smile. A freaking weirdo. We'll be out pretty quick. Right here. Andy, looking straight ahead. Hold on. Amy, can I have it right here, please? Just looking right here for a few, please. The cameras, you're looking for those eyeballs. They ain't finding them.
Canonical as she is, I
think Hollywood already stole everybody's souls. Is there anything? I mean,
my partner in my company, Shori. We're excited because there's so many of our friends and colleagues here. And, you know, even though we work in 12 years,
I did too. I think it was when you were passing gas, wasn't it? All right.
Thanks so much. Thank you so much.
Stress. You know, I read that you got to meet with Fiona Shaw. Talk to me about how that meeting almost influenced, or if it had any influence on your approach to Hedda.
You know, it's the extraordinary thing about playing a canonical character, which is you're a part of a sort of whole history of actors that have taken on something. And the list is illustrious. Nina Hoss herself, who's also nominated tonight with me and my co-star, also played Hedda. So did Cate Blanchett when they worked on Tar together. They talked a lot about that. So it feels like you're a part of this society of actors. And Fiona, I mean, she happens to be one of my favorite Heddas of all time. I got to, you know, watch so many of the archives I could find, and I just thought that her approach on the character was so remarkable and singular. And what impression it had on me, I think just that you really get a sense of, and that's why I love events like today, which is that you're a part of a community. And I think to feel this community, sometimes you can be siloed off in your little corner while you're making something, and to be reminded that you're a part of a whole sort of group of people that have the privilege enough to tell stories, and that's kind of what she nudged me to remember.
The community of Hedda.
Yes,
Beautiful, yes. Exactly. And I mean, you're already amazing, but even having a more amazing year with His and Hers, going to Broadway as well. Let's talk about Broadway for a second. How does that feel? Do you have the butterflies already as rehearsals have begun?
I do. By the way, thank you to David Cromer, Adrian Brody, my co-star, for letting me come here for the day. Took my one day off, and I'm here, and I'm on a red-eye back, and I'll start tomorrow morning again. It feels like coming home. I mean, that was the incredible thing also about making Hedda, is even though we were making a film that's based on a piece of theater, we made it very much like making a piece of theater, and that's sort of where I come from. So it's definitely an incredible homecoming, and where I'm in love with the play, and already first weekend in love with the experience of making it with all my collaborators.
I know everyone's excited to see. But I mean, last question, his and hers. It has taken off online. The theories are there. People are dissecting it. What has that meant for you to be a part of a work of art that has created a cultural moment?
Oh, it's incredible. And, you know, something that I really love to do is to work with independent filmmakers when they get into new spaces that they haven't been in. And Will Oldroyd, who's our incredible director and created the show, you know, comes from indie film. This was his first time ever doing television. And I think we wanted to bring something to audiences that felt really fresh. And we hoped it would resonate, but we had no idea it would resonate in the way that it has. So that has been really tremendous, honestly.
Great. I'm like on threads after every episode.
I've never, I usually stay off the internet when I release something, but my producing partner, Kishori, is like sending me all these TikToks, and I went through a really long TikTok spiral. I was like, there's so many TikToks about the show, which was pretty cool.
Thank you so much, Tessa. Nice chatting with you. Thank you.
Hold a certain amount. Then that's more than enough. You can support more than that.
My ass off, but you watch it. I mean, I did a beautiful independent film called People. That's, I mean, it's a beautiful film. So I love it.
There's no one on the list that hasn't showed up. I'm sure there's a few other tracks.
Because this is still a very, very what's the basis of this is unique, original, new ideas and independent films. That's wrong because there's self-starters now. You're writing, producing, shooting, and so, you know, it's not my role to make that happen. And if I really do explore here, what is it all? It's anything like this, you know? It's nice to meet you too. Yeah, he's got mine Sure. Either mine, I'm running out of or Thank you. I appreciate those words. Hi, Leslie. I don't dress myself.
Let me maybe step over one little bit over here. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, that's perfect.
Okay.
I mean, now we've spoken to you so many times celebrating in this Oscar nomination, but as it gets closer, how does it feel to be celebrating in that moment?
That feels great, but this also feels great. I mean, independent film is super important. It's original thought and ideas. It's all types of filmmakers get their work out there. So they're all part of the same family. So I'm excited about the Oscars, but I'm really excited to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of independent cinema, what can actors continue to do to uplift emerging filmmakers or uplift up-and-coming writers so that we continue to get that original storytelling?
I agree with you. The business is tough. As you know, it's a really tough business. It's even harder now. But what I am encouraged about is that younger people are self-motivating. They're writing, they're producing, they're shooting, they're trying to get their stuff out. And that's a real medium that didn't exist when I was coming up. It's just really, really important because we have to have a place for emerging writers, artists, filmmakers. It's very hard, but you just have to keep grinding and doing it, honestly. You will get a yes, but you have to want to do it more than anything. It's a sacrifice, but it's worth it.
Does it feel like it's worth it even with the way the industry is kind of turned, where it's a little more difficult to get a film made?
It's difficult to get anything made. It truly is. I mean, it just is. It's a really tough business, you know? And now that we have corporate structures in charge of things, it makes it even a little more limited. But talent will win out. Film festivals feature beautiful voices, people that are known, people that are not known. I mean, look at the people here tonight. I mean, you know, Ava Victor's here for her film Sorry Baby, and I was like, whoa, who is this? What is this? So that makes me feel hopeful.
Maybe we'll see Eva Victor, Amy, future project.
It would be great. We'll see. Yeah.
We'll be looking out for it. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank
Congrats
you.
again. Thank you.
Kirsten, in front of your outfit. Beautiful smile straight ahead. One more glance, beautiful smile right here. One more smile. What's the name of that alien show that you did? It was an alien show. What was the name of that?
The show or the movie?
Movie. Begonia, that's it. Begonia.
I don't see anyone else trickling.
get one.
That dress is amazing.
Right down the middle.
Thank you, my love. Appreciate you.
You're welcome, Dave. Well, you're welcome. Thank you. You can't mess with my brain. No, right here, please. Right ahead, straight ahead. Madigan, you're the best.
Right here, sweetheart. Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
So many projects in between now.
We've been around.
Talk to me about what it's felt just to see the way your career has risen in just these last 2 years.
Oh, I mean, it's incredible. I'm so grateful to be working with just amazing storytellers, great directors. What a privilege! What a privilege to be here supporting this amazing film. No.
And for you as an actor, what has independent filmmaking meant to you, and just the accessibility and the flexibility that it gives an artist?
It's like true collaboration. You know, sometimes film, when it becomes too big, there's so many moving pieces, it feels hard to have your fingerprints in it. And with a film like Lurker, you know, we all touch that film, we're all a part of it, you know, we're all pitching in to make the film feel the best it can possibly be. I love that that spirit, when it comes to independence. It's a really beautiful thing. It's a really beautiful thing.
It was a pretty scrappy crew, right, for Lurker?
Oh my gosh, it was so scrappy, and the whole set was scrappy. You know, where they're giving us camcorders and saying run off to LAX and go and shoot this scene. I'm jumping on people's concerts and shooting the concert footage. It was just all hands on deck. Let's try and get as much as we can and make it feel as big and real as possible. And it's kind of incredible what you can do when you're scrappy and everyone's just using their heads. Yeah.
And how do you feel that experience really stretched you as an actor, kind of having to balance that in between of also helping in terms of the filmmaking yourself?
Well, this is my first time coming on officially as a producer, and it also just meant that I could be there and think about the film in kind of the grander scale really intentionally. And there was some things that I just, as a kind of storyteller or as a collaborator, immediately was in me. And then there's things I was learning, you know, being in some of the pre-production meetings, being in the distribution calls later on, watching the edit and giving notes. I was really privileged that the rest of the producers let me be a part of that experience for the first time. And I loved it, and it stretched me, and I learned so much, and I'm just really excited to keep doing that.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you. Nice to see
work with each other, we're trying to find the right thing.
Yes, now I'm
20 years. And it's beautiful, right? Like when it happens, because it's like, oh,
actually,
I'm going to go in and do
I'm going to do a stand-up and then we'll go in.
this is
I already
the right
called
time
somebody waiting there that's going to turn me up, which is going to be a problem, but sorry about that.
Yeah, we sit down and
Hopefully
we see it
we'll
on film
be
and on
backstage.
screen, and we don't think about the 20 years, right? Just for
Yeah,
fun, maybe to the
understood.
camera. Will you just say,
We're still going to
maybe
manifest that day
okay,
that
so
you will be
or
backstage
English,
celebrating.
you say, like, Spirit Awards, let's have fun
Something
today.
good can happen
I
today.
think so, I think so.
Awards, that's fun.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you guys.
All right, we're going to invite this guy.
And I say wait and see. Like it's going to be 20 and then we tell it. Think about this earlier, but customers are
Thank you guys so much for joining our live stream here at the Film Independent Spirit Awards. Once again, I'm Leslie Ambris here with the Associated Press. You can go ahead and catch a playback of the entire red carpet here on YouTube.
It's not a big rush. I didn't even get through. I was creating space for it. Hold. Alright, Rick, I'm going to need that. Thank you. Thank you. One more fist bump for you.
Thank you for your school. No problem. I'll give you one next week too. You want it in a little blue cup?
Maybe a yellow cup. I don't like blue.
Okay. Dude, I just made it with that battery. Yay! No, it would be 5
Wait, hold on, picture.
I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do it.